I wiped the grease off my hands and stepped back from the engine, thinking it was just another long day at Blake Auto Repairs. I never imagined my whole life would shift in the next 5 minutes. When the shop door opened, I looked up expecting a customer. Instead, I saw Lena walking in, and my smile came naturally, the way it always did with her. But then I saw the man beside her, and my chest tightened for reasons I couldn't explain yet. Ethan. "Hey," Lena said softly. I noticed how she avoided my eyes, and that wasn't like her. The man beside her looked around the shop like it offended him. He was tall, sharp-jawed, dressed in a suit that probably cost more than all the tools in my garage. I knew his face from the news. Adrian Cole, CEO of Cole Industries. "You're the mechanic?" Adrian asked, like the word didn't belong in his mouth. "Yeah," I said, "and you're standing in my shop. What do you need?" He didn't answer. His eyes stayed on Lena, tracing her like she was something he planned to buy. I stepped closer to her. "Everything okay?" She swallowed. My car started shaking again. I thought, "Maybe you could check it." "Of course," I said, but my attention stayed on her expression. "Something was wrong," Adrian smirked. "We have a meeting across town." "Try to be quick. We don't have a meeting," Lena whispered. Adrian ignored her. I clenched my jaw. "Give me the keys," I said. He tossed them like I was a servant. When he walked outside to take a call, I finally turned to Lena. "Lena, talk to me. Why are you with him?" She rubbed her arms. "I didn't want to come with him," he insisted. "Why? What does he want?" Her breath shook. "Mom, she's getting worse, Ethan. The doctor said the treatment has to start soon, or..." She couldn't finish. My heart dropped. "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" "I knew you'd blame yourself," she said. "And you already work so hard." "That doesn't matter. We'll handle it together." The treatment costs more than we can save in a year. Adrian found out about Mom somehow. He said he could cover everything. My stomach twisted. Cover everything. For what? She looked down. He said he just wants to help. But Ethan, the way he looks at me, it scares me. I took her hands. "Then say no." "Ethan, I'm scared Mom won't survive. What if this is the only chance?" I felt something crack inside me. The fear in her voice, the shame in her eyes. Adrian had pushed her into a nightmare. "You're not alone," I said. "He doesn't get to decide your life." Adrian walked back in. "Are we done?" "Lena, let's go." "She's not going anywhere with you," I said. He smirked like I amused him. "You can't give her what she needs." "Don't pretend you can." Lena stepped between us. "Stop, both of you." Adrian leaned closer to her. "My offer still stands." "Think carefully, Lena." He walked out, leaving the smell of his cologne and the weight of his threat behind him. Lena's voice trembled. "Ethan, I don't know what to do." Storm rolled through me, fear, anger, love, and helplessness, all crashing at once. "We'll fight this," I said. "I don't care how." "I'm not letting him take you," she nodded weakly. But I saw the terror still in her eyes. Everything in my world shifted in that moment, and I knew nothing would ever be simple. Lena barely slept the week after Adrian showed up. I saw it in her eyes every time she came by the shop, red, tired, scared. When I asked what was wrong, she always said, "I'm fine." But her voice told me everything she couldn't. One afternoon, Tom walked in and slapped a receipt onto my desk. "You're pushing yourself too hard, man." "I need the extra work," I said. "Margaret's treatment isn't waiting." Tom sighed. "Ethan, you can't fix everything alone. I have to try." Before he could argue, Lena walked in. She forced a smile. "Hey, you slept?" I asked. "A little," she lied. Tom gave me a look, then nodded at her. "Hey, Lena," she nodded back, distracted. When Tom stepped outside to take a call, I touched her shoulder. "Talk to me." "What's going on?" She hesitated. "Adrian won't stop texting. He keeps asking where I am, who I'm with." My stomach tightened. "Block him." He emailed. Then he showed up at the hospital. He even asked Dr. Lewis about Mom. "He has no right," I said sharply. "I know, but Ethan, he scares me." I won't let him near you.
Hi.
She nodded, but her hands shook. Later that night, after Lena left, I stayed late at the shop trying to finish a job that would barely scratch the medical bills. My thoughts kept circling the same questions. How do I protect her? How do I save her mother? What do I do when I'm running out of time? That's when I heard footsteps behind me, still working. A cold voice asked. I turned, and there he was, Adrian Cole, in a dark coat, standing like he owned the place. What are you doing here? I asked. He stepped closer. We need to talk. We don't. Oh, we do. His smile was thin. Lena is under a lot of stress. I can help ease it. My fists tightened. She doesn't want your help. She'll change her mind. He looked around. You can't afford her mother's treatment, but I can. That gives me an advantage, doesn't it? I stepped forward. Stay away from her. He chuckled. You're emotional. It's cute. But let's be honest. Lena deserves someone who can actually save her family. His words hit harder than a punch. You think money makes you a better man? I asked. It makes me the man she needs right now. He straightened his coat. Step aside, Ethan. Do the smart thing. Get out, I said quietly. He smirked again, the same smirk that stayed with me long after he walked out, when the door shut. The silence felt like a weight on my chest. Later that night, Lena showed up at my place with tears running down her face. I can't do this, Ethan, she whispered. I pulled her into my arms. Tell me what happened. He went to Mom again. He told her he could pay for everything. She thanked him. She doesn't know what he wants from me. And she broke down. I don't want him. I don't want anyone but you. But I can't watch my mom die. I held her tighter. We'll figure something out. Her voice cracked. What if we can't? What if I have to accept his offer? My heart felt like it was splitting open. Lena, please don't say that. I'm scared, she whispered. I feel trapped. I didn't have an answer. Not one that could save her mother or stop her pain. That night, she fell asleep on my shoulder. I stared at the ceiling for hours. The anger, the fear, the helplessness, they all twisted inside me. For the first time, I felt myself breaking too.
I picked up another shift, I told Tom as I locked up the shop for the night. He frowned. Ethan, you already worked 14 hours. I need the money. You're burning yourself out. I don't care, I said. Margaret needs treatment. He sighed. This isn't all on you. But it felt like it was. Every second. Every breath. That night, I pulled out the wooden box my father left me. Inside were his old tools. Rusty, worn, but priceless to me. I held them for a long moment before whispering, "Sorry, Dad," and taking them to a collector the next morning. The man inspected them. "I'll give you 800. They're worth more," I said weakly. "They're old," he replied. I swallowed. Fine. When I stepped outside with the cash, it felt like I'd traded a piece of myself. Later at the hospital, I found Lena pacing in the hallway. "You're here," she said, relief filling her voice. "Of course I'm here. How's your mom?" "She's stable, for now." She looked at the floor. "I know you're working so hard for us. I feel awful." "Don't," I said. "We're in this together. Ethan, my choices are hurting you." "No. Adrian is hurting both of us." Before she could respond, Adrian appeared at the nurse's station, talking loudly to Nurse Emily about premium care packages and donations. His suit gleamed under the bright lights like he was trying to blind the entire hospital. Lena tensed. "He's doing it again." I clenched my fists. "Ignore him." Adrian approached with a polished smile. "How's Margaret?" "I can make a few calls. Get her a private room." "We don't need your help," I said. He raised a brow. "You sure? This hospital isn't cheap." Lena stepped between us. "Adrian, stop." "I'm only offering support," he said. "Real support. The kind she actually needs." I stepped closer. "Walk away." For a moment, his smile slipped. Then he turned and left, his expensive cologne trailing behind him. Lena exhaled shakily. "Why won't he stop?" "Because he thinks he can win," I said. But he won't. Before she could answer, Nurse Emily hurried toward us. Lena, Ethan, your mother's condition is changing. You should come. We rushed to Margaret's room. Machines beeped faster, her breathing shallow and uneven. What's happening? Lena cried. Nurse Emily looked tense. Dr. Lewis is on his way. Moments later, Dr. Lewis walked in with hospital admin Mr. Dalton. Her heart is weakening. We need to start an emergency procedure immediately. Do whatever you have to, Lena said. Dr. Lewis turned to me. We need a signature from the legal medical proxy. Lena looked at me with panicked eyes. Ethan, please. My hands shook as the clipboard was handed to me. The words on the form blurred. Is it risky? I asked. Dr. Lewis nodded. Yes. But waiting is more dangerous. I swallowed hard. Do it. I signed my name with trembling fingers. They rushed Margaret to the procedure room. Lena collapsed onto the bench outside, burying her face in her hands. I can't lose her, Ethan, she whispered. I pulled her into my arms. You won't. She's strong. She sobbed against my chest. I feel like everything is falling apart. Machines beeped rhythmically behind the closed doors, each sound echoing like a countdown. I stared at the floor, feeling fear coil inside me. Ethan, Lena said softly, are we strong enough for this? Her question cut through me. I don't know, I admitted. But I won't stop fighting. Not for you. Not for her. She gripped my shirt, desperate. Promise me you won't leave. I'm not going anywhere, I whispered. As the night stretched on, with nothing but sorrow, hope, and the sound of fading machines around us, I wondered, maybe for the first time, if love alone was enough to stand against a man like Adrian Cole. Margaret's numbers finally started to stabilize, and for a moment I thought things might get easier. But the world outside the hospital had already turned into a battlefield I wasn't prepared for. Tom stormed into my shop one morning holding his phone. Ethan, have you seen this? What now? I asked. He showed me a photo, Adrian standing beside Lena outside the hospital, smiling for cameras while she looked uncomfortable. The headline read, CEO Adrian Cole supports local family in crisis. My stomach flipped. He's using her. There's more, Tom said, scrolling. People are commenting like they're together. I slammed a wrench onto the table. He's doing this on purpose. As if to confirm it, my phone buzzed with a notification. Your shop has received 3 new complaints. What complaints? I muttered, opening them. All fake. All written in the same smug tone. Tom folded his arms. He's trying to crush your business. Before I could respond, my landlord, Mr. Higgins, walked in. Ethan, I need a word. Bad timing, I muttered. It can't wait, he said gently. I received an anonymous report claiming your shop violates safety codes. I stared at him. You know that's not true. I do. But an inspection is coming. Just be prepared. As he left, Tom whispered, Adrian again. My phone buzzed again. A bank email, loan request denied. I exhaled, shaking. I can't even get a loan now. If he wants me gone, he's doing a damn good job. Tom pulled out his laptop. Then let's at least figure out how he's targeting you. Give me your email password. Why? I think someone hacked you. He typed furiously for a few minutes before saying, Yep. Someone's been filtering your messages and forwarding your info. My throat tightened. It's him. Or someone working for him, Tom said. But it's definitely connected. Later that day, I rushed to the hospital desperate to see Lena. She was sitting outside Margaret's room, staring at the floor. Lena, I said softly. She looked up, guilt heavy in her eyes. Ethan, I swear I didn't know he was taking photos. I told him to stop. It's not your fault, I said. He's manipulating everything. She rubbed her hands together. Part of me feels awful. He did donate money for Mom's medication. He did it for attention, not for her. She nodded weakly. I know. But people think we're. You're not, I said firmly. She closed her eyes. I hate feeling grateful to someone who scares me. That's exactly what he wants, I said. For you to feel torn. For me to feel powerless. Before she could answer, a woman approached us, Chloe Adams, Adrian's assistant. She held a clipboard but looked uneasy. Ethan Blake? She asked quietly. Yes. She lowered her voice. I shouldn't say this, but Adrian is planning more press visits. He wants Lena there. He thinks it boosts his image. Lena's face paled. Why would he tell reporters we're close? I never agreed. Chloe hesitated. He believes good publicity is worth bending morals. I'm sorry. She left quickly, glancing over her shoulder. Lena buried her face in her hands. This is spiraling, Ethan. I know, I whispered. And he's winning. I walked down the hallway alone, my chest tight, my breathing uneven. Everything felt like it was slipping away. My business, my peace, my future with Lena. I leaned against the wall and whispered, what else can he take from me? For the first time in a long time, I broke. Tears slipped out before I could stop them. The door beside me opened softly. Margaret's weak voice called, Ethan. I wiped my face quickly and stepped inside. She smiled faintly. Thank you for fighting for us. Something inside me solidified, harder than fear, stronger than anger. I'm not done fighting, I said. And I meant every word. I was grabbing coffee in the hospital lobby when Chloe approached me again, looking over her shoulder like she was being watched. Ethan, she whispered, I need to tell you something. My pulse jumped. What now? Adrian's in trouble, she said. An internal investigation is opening soon. He crossed ethical lines with company funds, and his board is getting suspicious. I stared at her. Why tell me? She hesitated. Because he thinks he's untouchable. And he shouldn't be. She stepped back quickly. Be careful. I watched her leave, my heart pounding. For the first time, Adrian didn't look as all-powerful as before. Tom arrived minutes later holding folders and a USB drive. All right, he said. If we're taking down a giant, we need evidence. What kind of evidence? Everything, he said. Messages, threats, photos, hospital witnesses. Anything that proves he's harassing you and manipulating Lena. I rubbed my forehead. This feels crazy. Crazy is letting him walk all over you, Tom said. Let's fight smart. So we started. I saved every text Adrian sent Lena. I screenshotted fake complaints targeting my shop. I recorded every hospital moment he tried to twist into a publicity stunt. By the third day, my phone was filled with proof of the mess he'd created. That evening, Lena found me in Margaret's room with my arms full of printed screenshots. What are you doing? She asked softly. Gathering everything he's done, I said. Tom thinks we can use it. She looked shaken. You're doing all this because of me. I'm doing this because of us, I said. And because he crossed every line. Margaret opened her eyes slowly. Lena, stop blaming yourself. Lena knelt beside her. Mom, I dragged Ethan into something he never. Margaret touched her cheek weakly. He chose to stand with you. Don't push him away. I swallowed hard. We'll get through this. All three of us. Margaret smiled faintly. Then let him take you home tonight. You need rest. Lena looked at me. Are you sure? Yes, Margaret whispered. Go. After walking Lena to the hallway, she leaned against the wall. I feel guilty leaving her. She wants you to breathe for once, I said. Come home with me. She nodded, but the guilt stayed in her eyes. The next morning, Tom shoved a newspaper into my hands. Ethan, meet Rachel Ford. A woman in a blue blazer walked toward us, confident and sharp. You're Ethan Blake. That's me, I said cautiously. I've been following Adrian Cole for months, she said. Whispers of blackmail, corporate bullying, PR manipulation. But I never had solid evidence. Tom nudged me. Now you do. Rachel crossed her arms. If you're willing, I can expose him. But I need clear proof. Messages, recordings, anything that shows he targeted you and Lena. I handed her the folder I'd assembled. "This is everything I have." She flipped through the pages, her eyes narrowing. "This is strong. Very strong. Will this actually help?" I asked. "If this goes public," she said, "Adrian's perfect image shatters. And once cracks appear, the board will tear him apart." I exhaled slowly. "I'm tired of him controlling our lives." Rachel nodded. "Then let's give the power back to you." Tom slapped my shoulder. "See? You're finally hitting back." For the first time in months, I felt something I hadn't felt since the whole nightmare began. A shift. A tilt in the balance. A small but real sense of control. As Rachel walked away with the evidence, I whispered to myself, "Adrian Cole, you're coming down." And for the first time, it didn't feel like wishful thinking. It felt possible. I woke up to my phone buzzing nonstop. Tom's voice exploded through the speaker. "Ethan, turn on the news." Rachel did it. My heart pounded as I switched on the TV. Adrian's face filled the screen, followed by screenshots, messages, timelines, and finally the audio clip of him threatening me inside my own shop. Reporters were calling it the Cole scandal. Tom laughed. "Look at him. The man's melting." My chest tightened. "It's only the beginning." At the hospital, Lena rushed toward me holding her phone. "Ethan, it's everywhere. People are dragging him online. Investors are pulling out." "I know," I said. "I saw." Her voice shook. "What if he comes after us?" Before I could answer, a group of Cole Industries board members appeared on a news broadcast behind her. They were surrounded by microphones. One reporter asked, "Is Adrian Cole still fit to lead?" A board member sighed. "We're reviewing all options." Lena looked at me. "They're turning on him." "He did it to himself," I said. Hours later, Lena received an unexpected call. She frowned. "It's Adrian's office." My stomach tightened. "Don't answer." "I have to," she whispered. She picked up, listened for a moment, then looked at me with fear. "He wants to see me." "No," I said immediately. "Absolutely not." "He said it's urgent." "I'm going with you." She nodded. When we arrived at Cole Industries, the lobby was chaos, employees whispering, cameras flashing outside, security trying to keep order. A woman at the desk said, "He asked for her alone." I stepped forward. "Not happening." But Lena put her hand on my arm. "Let me try. If I'm not out in 10 minutes, come in." I hated it, but I let her go. Minutes later, I heard shouting from down the hall. "Lena, listen to me. Please, listen." I pushed the door open. Adrian stood across the room, hair messy, tie undone, hands shaking. "You can't leave now," he said. "Not when everyone's turning against me." Lena stepped back. "I never belonged here, Adrian." "You did," he yelled. "When you smiled at me." "I smiled because you helped my mother," she said. "Not because I wanted you." His voice cracked. "You need me. I can still fix your family's situation." "She doesn't need you," I said, walking in. "And she never did." Adrian whipped toward me. You ruined everything." I shook my head. "You did that all by yourself." He laughed bitterly. "You think you won with your cheap recordings and pathetic story?" "No," I said. "I won because you couldn't control yourself. You didn't lose to me. You lost to your own arrogance." His expression collapsed. He punched his desk, knocking papers everywhere. "My sponsors are gone. My board is stripping my power. Everyone thinks I'm a monster." Lena whispered, "Because you became one." Adrian froze. She continued, voice trembling, "I was never drawn to you. I was trapped, scared, pressured. That wasn't admiration. It was fear. And I hate that I let it go that far." He stared at her, wounded and furious at the same time. "I could have given you everything. You couldn't give me peace," she said. Security entered behind us. "Mr. Cole, the board is requesting your presence." "No." He looked at me one last time. "This isn't over." "It is," I said. For you. They escorted him out as he yelled about betrayal, money, power, everything he was losing. When the door finally shut, Lena collapsed into a chair, shaking. Ethan, I felt trapped for so long. I didn't know how to say it without hurting you. Nobody hurts me by being honest, I whispered, kneeling beside her. I'm just glad you're free. She cried softly. This fight. It was never about his money, was it? I shook my head. No. It was about power. And he doesn't have any left. I was bringing coffee back to Margaret's room when I heard Lena shout, Adrian, stop! My heart dropped. I rushed around the corner and saw him, Adrian Cole, standing in the hallway, hair wild, suit wrinkled, eyes bloodshot like he hadn't slept in days. When he saw Lena step back, he dropped to his knees. Lena, please, he begged. Listen to me. You can't walk away now. Lena froze. Adrian, get up. I lost everything, he cried. My board suspended me. Investors won't take my calls. The media destroyed my name. But you, his voice cracked. You can still choose me. I stepped between them. She already chose. He ignored me and reached for her hand. Lena, don't do this. I helped your family. I cared for you. I still do. She pulled her hand away. You cared about control, not me. That's not true, he shouted, voice breaking. You meant something. You were the only thing in my life that felt real. No, she whispered. You wanted to own me. His face twisted in pain, then anger. I gave everything. Doesn't that matter to you? It matters, she said softly, but it doesn't buy my heart. Adrian looked at me with pure hatred. This is your fault. You poisoned her. I shook my head. You ruined this yourself. Shut up, he screamed. You think you deserve her? You're nothing but a mechanic. I had everything. She should have been mine. She's not something to win, I said. You never understood that. He lunged at me. I pushed Lena behind me as he slammed into my chest, grabbing my shirt. You took everything from me, he roared. I held his wrists. I took nothing. You destroyed yourself. He tried to punch me, but 2 security guards grabbed his arms and yanked him back. Let go! Let go! Adrian screamed, fighting them. He ruined my life. He ruined everything. Lena pressed herself against me, shaking. Adrian, stop. Please just stop. He stared at her like a broken animal. Why him, Lena? Why him instead of me? She swallowed. Because he loves me without conditions. His face collapsed. I could have changed. I whispered. You only say that because you lost. He snapped toward me again, but the guards pulled him down the hallway. His yelling echoed through the corridor. You'll regret this, Ethan. You hear me? You'll regret it. I should have crushed you when I had the chance. I watched silently as the man who once controlled everything was dragged away, screaming like the world owed him something. When his voice finally faded, Lena sagged against me, crying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wrapped my arms around her. You have nothing to apologize for. She shook her head. I let it go too far. I should have told him to stop sooner. I thought maybe he'd back off if I stayed quiet. You were scared, I whispered, and he used that against you. She clung to me, crying into my chest. Ethan, I was so afraid he'd hurt you, or Mom, or destroy your life. He tried, I said, but he failed. She pulled back, wiping her tears. Seeing him like that, I didn't expect it. Power kept him standing, I said. Once it was gone, he fell apart. She nodded weakly. You really believe he ruined himself? Yes, I said. The moment he tried to buy your heart, he started digging his own grave. Lena wrapped her arms around me again, tighter than before. I can finally breathe, she whispered. For the first time in months, it feels like it's really over. I held her close, feeling the weight lift from my own chest. It is over, I murmured. We made it through. For the first time in a long time, I felt air fill my lungs without fear clinging to it. 3 months passed before I finally felt air that didn't burn my lungs. The shop was busier than ever, not because I changed anything, but because people kept saying, "You're the guy who stood up to Adrian Cole, right?" Tom joked about it constantly. "You're a local legend now," he said, leaning on the counter. "I don't want to be a legend," I muttered. "I just want a normal day." "Good luck with that," he laughed. "You earned this." Maybe I had. But even with the shop doing well, something inside me still felt bruised. Later that afternoon, Margaret waved me over from her hospital bed, now smaller, weaker, but smiling. "Ethan," she said gently, "come sit." I sat beside her. "How are you feeling today?" "Better," she whispered, "because I see how you look at my daughter. Don't stop looking at her that way." I smiled. "She's been through a lot." "So have you," she said. "Don't pretend you're made of steel." Before I could answer, Lena walked in holding 2 cups of tea. "You two whispering secrets again?" Margaret grinned. "Mother things." Lena rolled her eyes. "That scares me." I laughed softly. "Don't worry. She's only telling me to treat you right." Margaret pointed at me. "And he will." She closed her eyes. "I'm going to rest now. You two go." Outside the room, Lena touched my arm. "Thank you for always showing up." "You don't have to thank me," I said. "I want to be here." "I know," she said. "And that's exactly why it scares me." I frowned. "Why would it scare you?" She took a shaky breath. "Because I hurt you without meaning to. And part of me still feels unworthy of forgiveness." "Lena," I said, "we survived something ugly. That doesn't break us. It changes us." She lowered her head. "I hate what Adrian did to us. I hate that I let fear control me." "You were protecting your mother," I said. "You don't owe guilt to anyone." She stepped closer. "Even after everything, you still want us?" "I never stopped," I whispered. "But we rebuild slow. Together." Her eyes softened. "Slow is good." That evening, we climbed the stairs to the hospital rooftop. It became our quiet place, away from machines, away from memories, away from everything that hurt. The sky was orange, fading into purple. Lena stood beside me, arms crossed against the cold breeze. "Ethan." "Yeah." She hesitated before speaking. "You saved my family. And you saved me." I looked at her, confused. "Lena, you're the one who kept fighting." "No," she said softly. "You picked up my pieces every time I broke. You carried weight that wasn't yours. You stayed when running would have been easier." I didn't know what to say. Then she added, "But I'm afraid you lost too much in the process." I stared at the sky. Maybe I did. I lost sleep. I lost peace. I lost who I was for a while. She touched my hand. "Did you lose yourself completely?" I shook my head. "No. I found someone else inside me. Someone stronger." She leaned her head on my shoulder. "I don't want you to lose that strength now." "I won't," I whispered. "Because it didn't come from fighting Adrian. It came from choosing not to become like him." Lena exhaled deeply. "Do you ever think about what would have happened if he won?" "Sometimes," I said. "But then I remember something." "What?" "That I didn't defeat Adrian," I said quietly. "I just refused to join him." She looked up at me. "Ethan, what do you choose now?" I wrapped an arm around her and watched the last light fade. "Peace," I said. "Not revenge. Strength, not insecurity. Love, not fear." She smiled against my chest. "Then we're finally free." For the first time in a long, painful journey, I truly believed her.